Casso podcast, episode 17, Revenge of the Nerds. Especially AJ.
It's always something. I totally forgot I had this in my pocket. Side note, shout out Jason and Courtney, or Junior and Courtney and Jason, but set that up right there. Totally forgot I had that.
I thought you had a napkin for your nose, you dork.
No, that was one handkerchief.
I was like, all right.
Anyways, that took me off by a minute.
I think you were off by about 67 seconds. I'm going to keep doing it.
Anyways.
What's going on, buddy?
Not a whole lot, dude. Not a whole lot. Just living in this crazy days. Crazy days.
Doesn't have to be.
You know, we always joke about like, oh, one day it's something, and the next day it's something else, and we're like, nothing crazy. It really is. Like 2 weeks ago was Venezuela, and then we wake up on Thursday. Well, I woke up on Thursday and saw all the stuff about Minneapolis, and then I see about Greenland, and then I see about Iran, and
now we're about to go to war with Iran. I just saw before we started the podcast, when we're shooting today on Tuesday, but I saw that Israel and the United States are working in an airfield right now to do some kind of airstrike on Iran today, like literally today. Yeah,
lovely. Yeah, no, I haven't even.
I forgot to put Greenland on our agenda. that's how much stuff is going on. But go. Yeah. I really wanted to start this week because you were pretty adamant and pretty animated about talking about what happened in Minneapolis last week. So I'll go ahead and turn it over to you.
So yeah, the news. We talk about the news every week, and we feel it every week and see it and all that. But I don't know, man. Something that last week. It really struck me last week. It really bugged me. Seeing what happened in Minneapolis. And for those of you that don't know, which kind of impossible for you not to know, we're all living with it. A young woman, youngish woman, she's 35?
36.
36, yeah.
Got shot in the face 3 times,
Yeah, by an ICE agent. And, when tragedies like that happen, you try to take, not both sides, but you got to understand
the situation,
right?
Yeah.
But after all the videos that I saw, I think that that's crazy. And for me personally, I don't know where it's gonna stop. I don't. I had a bunch of notes down. I was super doing my research. The production this week was insane. And I'm gonna pop out something right here. It's a little graph. 73% of deportations were non-criminals, non-violent, people, and I don't know how I feel about that. You know what I mean? Like, I got something saying that I think 32 deaths last year.
Yeah. And again, even under Democratic administrations, unfortunately, when you're doing deportations, sometimes people have heart attacks and that kind of stuff. But
I couldn't believe it. Watching the video back was crazy and a tragedy. I think personally, and not to get too emotional about it, but I don't like the thought, and I don't know who would like the thought of masked, in my opinion, thugs able to have firearms. I didn't even know that they were able to do that.
Yeah.
Because to me, personally, I think, in my opinion, I think ICE is like mall cop security. You know what I mean? You don't fear mall cops. They tell you to leave the premises or do whatever.
And again, just to qualify it, and I know you're in the middle of it, but the only authorization that they have and the only jurisdiction that they have is to deport somebody if they have a suspicion of being here illegally.
Yeah.
They don't have any jurisdiction to give you a ticket for speeding. They don't have any jurisdiction to give you a ticket for jaywalking. They have no jurisdiction to ask you anything. They can't even ask you your name unless you're suspected of being here illegally.
And so for them to be able to hold firearms like that, I don't understand. And the whole unidentifying themselves and riding in unmarked cars and changing their plates, and that's terrifying. I don't know who on this earth, and especially in America, thinks that that's like an okay thing, or that they feel comfort in knowing that.
We all saw what happened, and again, we always go back to 1933 Germany, but the Gestapo. That's what the SS does, and the Gestapo secret police. It's anti-democratic and it's anti-American.
So in my opinion, what's worse is this loser. I think anybody, we talk about political murder
Yeah.
a little too much, which I shouldn't be okay. I don't know who thinks that that's okay, but when Charlie Kirk got murdered, because that's what it is.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care what it is. When he got murdered, I said the same thing.
Yeah.
It was some loser.
We did say the same thing.
It's some loser, and I don't believe in it. I don't care for it at all. You know, but some loser, you know, maybe, okay, it's just some loser acting alone.
Yeah.
But then you turn on the news and, not even the news, all you got to do is read Truth Social, and you see the president calling him a hero and calling him this young lady who just got murdered a domestic terrorist.
And a professional agitator. Yeah.
What are we talking about? And, you know, maybe to give the single ounce of credit to the president, he posted a video, one of the videos. I mean, that's the other thing that I think is crazy, is they didn't know how many people were recording that when it happened. Matter of fact, the gunman loser was recording it.
Yeah.
We could talk about that on its own. You're telling me that a domestic threat and an agitator has her hands up saying, "I'm not mad at you." That's really a act of terror.
Yeah.
Saying, "I'm not mad at you. My hands are up."
Yeah.
Anyways.
Everyone knows it. It's just and most people will admit it, except for the very, very extreme part of that part of the country. You know?
So the video that he posted on Truth Social, you can't see nothing. You literally can't see it. You see the car turn and he's not in the frame anymore. The agent. So it's like, okay, well maybe you could.
Some say they even edited the sound to make it seem like she hit his leg going out, and I'm like, you guys are gonna have to edit sound to make it legit. I mean.
I think the video that I personally was like, wait a minute, that's murder, was the one that I have up right here, right now. You know, because there's a lot that I could say with emotion, but sometimes facts is way more important than emotion and feeling that way. But the video that I have right now, I just screen grabbed that little scene right before he shoots, which, by the way, he pulls out his gun way before she turns the car, way before she was in reverse. Crazy to me.
Well, did you see even after the fact? They're all starting to do that now. They're literally, if people are even following them, just to, I mean, you can, that's your right to, again, you can't interfere with any type of investigation, but you can definitely follow them. And if people are following them now and they're pulling their guns out right away, like,
oh yeah,
yeah.
I mean, that person that got, what is it, Berna?
No.
In the face?
Yeah.
What are we doing, dude?
Yeah.
For protesting?
Yep.
What are we doing? I mean, we're protesting. You know, protesting is protesting. However, like, they can't even identify themselves.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
Yeah.
And so the what I'm talking about right here,
yeah,
I have it up still, probably, hopefully. Editing Edge is working hard today, but the wheel was turned and he was on the left side of the car, unable to, you know, get hit. And so all of that, whatever, you know, it sucks. It's a tragedy. What I think is more important is you got what's her name? Christine Nome? Christine Nome. She went on right away and just started lying about it, saying that he did get hit, saying that he was in the hospital.
Yes.
You know, and that's terrifying because it's almost like they were trying, in my opinion, it's almost like they were trying to cover up something before it all got out.
Yeah, it does seem like a cover up, but it also seems to just they're going to pander to their base, and when they do that, the truth doesn't matter. And I hate to say that, but that's the country we live in right now. I think that goes for a lot of things, including the Democratic Party. I don't think that they're always telling the truth either. But this is blatant lying to the American public, and I think everybody knows what it is. It's only 95% of us will admit it, but that 5%, they don't care even if it is a lie.
And I mean, it's truly terrifying. You know, like, how do you? We all saw it with our own eyes. You know what I mean? We all saw.
Like you said, it got recorded by
everybody.
20 people.
Everybody was around recording that video.
Yeah, I mean, we all have cameras on our hands now, computers and cameras on our hands
and whatnot. And he was recording it, which I think is crazy. And so for her to say that our eyes were lying, and for J.D. Vance, the vice president, to say that our eyes were lying, was ridiculous. Yeah. For J.D. Vance to then double down and say that he hopes in the next year, I might be misquoting him, but he hopes in the next year that ICE ramps up and they're going door to door. Now that's for those that aren't a different skin color, that doesn't sound scary, but for me that's a brown American.
And you understand that you have a right to privacy in this country. given the Fourth Amendment.
You know,
You have a right to privacy and a right to have privacy. I mean, to defend yourself from having unreasonable search and seizures. I mean, that's in the Constitution. It's in our Bill of Rights, and so automatically when they say that, they are telling you that your fundamental rights don't exist through the First Amendment, through the Fourth Amendment. But I'd like to remind our president and all of his goons out there that there's no precursor in the Constitution that says you don't have a right to your Second Amendment rights too. And Mr. Tough Guy, you keep sending ICE to people's houses, you're going to actually see why the Second Amendment's there. And the Second Amendment is there for when your government becomes tyrannical. So F around and find out, buddy, because almost every Democrat I know is fully armed, just like your goons. And if they're going to start coming door to door, don't knock on my door, buddy.
Dude, what a thing to feel and say,
Yeah.
right?
Like, I can't believe I'm in America, son.
Yeah,
I mean, I really.
You know, you probably know this question more than I do because I don't pay attention. How many generation American am I?
Back to when Colorado and New Mexico were territories, before they were states.
Okay.
So we don't know specifically, but at least 10 generations. At least 10 generations American.
And you're telling me that I have to show my papers to an ICE agent because my skin's brown?
Yeah.
How else are they going to tell that
Yeah.
that I'm American? How else are they going to question me?
Well, if you have an accent, that automatically makes you not American too, which is a crock of shit too.
But I don't understand. I don't understand how people are so okay with that.
Yeah.
That fact that
There are and again, I'll pump us up for sure, son. Our family, there's very few people in this country, unless you're on the goddamn unless you're at Plymouth Rock, that are more American than us.
And I don't understand where, you know, people that aren't colored skin are like, oh well, they have a job to do. They have to do this. What do you mean they have to do this? You're telling me that somebody that's been here, that was born here, I have to prove myself to some ICE agent, to some loser?
Yeah.
That doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
That genuinely makes no sense to me.
No, it doesn't.
And it's really disheartening to feel that people are so accepting of that.
Yeah.
And that we have to accept, we have to obey, or we're going to get shot in the face like some poor mom.
Yeah.
Give me a break,
They went
dude.
from kicking women in the face to shooting them in the face. And so, no, you're exactly right on that point too, son. It's like being a Latino or being an African American in this country, you accept certain things, but I'm not going to accept this one. And I know for a fact that most of our community is not going to accept this one either, because we tan better. I mean, we're as American as they come. You and I especially, we don't really identify a lot with our Mexican culture. We identify more with our American culture.
You know what's crazy? You know what's really crazy?
Yeah.
I was born, I didn't get to pick my skin color. I didn't get to pick where I was born.
Yeah.
However, it was all picked for me, and that's a pretty damn good thing where I was born.
Yeah, you won the
my
lottery.
Skin color. Yeah, I won the lottery with where I was born.
Yeah.
With you and my mother.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But for
Yeah.
But now I'm gonna get harassed and door to door stop, Gestapo style, on if I was actually born here.
Yeah.
And I have to prove that I'm American.
Yeah. I think the wheels come off of this Joker and his band of clowns way before any of that starts happening. But it's something to keep in mind for sure. And so, yeah. All right, son. Well, what do you?
One more thing.
Yeah, one more thing. Yeah, absolutely.
One more thing to add. You ever read the book 1984? Have you seen this?
Yeah, Orwell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Explain that book for people that don't.
Well, the first thing that they do is they mix truth with falsehoods and spread disinformation in order to make sure that nothing is the truth. Everything is false. Everything is fake news. Everything is a lie.
That's something I have right here, Dad.
Yeah,
1984. When the party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears, it was their final, most essential command.
Yeah. But what Orwell doesn't get, because he obviously didn't live in again, we all have computers and we all have cameras, 4K cameras on our phones. Mm-hmm. You can't get away with this. And again, God bless the people that had to live through Hitler and the Nazi regime. The United States is not 1933 Germany. Every one of us, unless they start taking people's guns, unless they say, oh, if you're a Democrat or unaffiliated, we're going to take your gun. Really? Come try it, buddy. and I'm not just saying for me, I think I can speak for about 90% of the people. So whatever they think that they're going to try to do, and however they try to commingle it with messing around with foreign governments and trying to invade Greenland and all this other bullshit, they won't be able to get away with it in this day and age, and that's a good thing.
And I will say, I don't believe in left-wing ideology and propaganda as much as I don't believe in conservative propaganda.
Don't even say conservative. Right wing, hard right wing. Yeah.
I hate when they say it. I hate when they make that a point to say it. It's foolish in my opinion. Oh, am I a left-wing ideologist because I disagree with murder?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm so left-wing ideologist. The liberals have gotten me. Give me a break. Give me a break on all of that.
Especially like it on Facebook, dude. I've taken over 5,000 recorded votes. I'm published. I have all this about me. Everybody, I think, on earth that knows anything about politics in Colorado knows exactly where I stand on everything, but I'm some apologist for the Democratic Party and some left-wing ideologue. You know, even when I represented a district where I had no chance of losing as a Democrat, I still voted with my Republican colleagues at least 60% of the time. And a lot of the times it was to get their bills through. And honestly, I'll be real honest, because everybody plays party politics, including the Democrats back when I was in the legislature. They would kill bills just because a Republican sponsored the bill. And I was like, oh, hell no, not on my watch. Oh, you're going to come to my committee, State Veteran and Military Affairs Committee? We're supposed to be the kill committee. We're supposed to kill the opposite party's bills. And I would help them get their bills through committee because I thought it was good for Colorado. Mm-hmm. Don't ever tell me. And I'll be real honest. Yes, I did serve 6 years as a Democrat in the Colorado legislature, but I've been unaffiliated more in my adult life than I've ever been Democrat or any otherwise as far as party affiliation goes. I did register briefly last summer because I did think about running for the 8th Congressional District as a Democrat. And then as soon as I started making calls, I was like, no, the Democratic Party does not fit me. And I sure as hell don't fit in the Democratic Party anymore. Mm-hmm. Now, do I have a lot of values that I share with a lot of people in the Democratic Party and my former colleagues? Hell yeah, I do. Because I think that a lot of times they're right, but a lot of times they're wrong too. So when they're wrong, I am enough to say that, and I think that's where we need to get. And again, like we always talk about, that 80%.
And honestly, anybody that is upset watching this episode and saying that we're taking a liberal standpoint, go back, watch the rest of the episodes, see how much in the middle we actually are. Yeah. But when it comes to murder and when it comes to American citizens dying in the streets in cold blood, because what? Because she moved her car. Yeah. And on top of that, when Kristi Noem's saying, "Oh, he's had an incident with cars before. Yeah. Maybe you should stop jumping in front of cars. Yeah. Maybe you should stop trying to be a hero like that."
Well, I just read today that he's been in ICE for 10 years and he's had 35 encounters that had to be investigated because he was being aggressive. So you can tell what kind of guy he is. Everybody knows it, and that doesn't mean that we're liberal. That doesn't mean we're Democrats. That means that we're for.
I really invite everybody to go back and rewatch everything that we put out. We're 17 episodes in.
But think about what we're saying. So we're not taking a Democratic stance. We're taking an American stance against tyranny, and that's what we're doing. That's what we're going to keep doing, and that's what we need you all to keep doing: is being vigilant and not saying, "Hey, I support this side or that side." Say, "I support the American side." Let's start being Americans again, and I think that's what you're kind of getting at, right, son?
Oh, absolutely, dude. No. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And, tragedy is never good. No, murder is never
just
good.
Just like we could. I mean, when Charlie Kirk got murdered, it was the same thing.
And you know what's crazy? Yeah. I was thinking about it on my way over here.
For us,
we didn't really talk about it because we were like, "Oh, this is hopefully a fluke." You know what I mean? This is like hopefully a tragedy fluke that will never happen again. Yeah. You know, and we could live not thinking about it. We keep
getting shocks to the system every couple weeks.
So why do we have to talk about? Not why do we have to, but we don't really have to mention Charlie Kirk and all that. And we took that stance when it happened. Yeah. But now, how did we not take a stance? This is two times that, you know what I mean? And I it's probably not 2 times. It happens all the time. Tragedy happens every day, but.
No, but this is a different kind. You were right when you said that. I was like, I'm glad you recognize the difference between every common day tragedy and a common day everyday occurrence, and then something like this, because this doesn't happen often.
And on top of that, for the losers that were celebrating Charlie Kirk's death, you're a loser. For the losers that are celebrating this girl's death, you're a loser. Yeah. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you believe. Yeah. Life is such a precious gift. Yeah. Because somebody doesn't agree with you politically is not a reason to die for it.
You're a loser, and I'll be real frank, you're anti-American.
Oh, for sure. So on either side of the coin. Yeah. Because I've been seeing people celebrating Charlie Kirk's death are now upset over this, and the people upset over this or not upset over this, or upset over Charlie Kirk. It's all the same. Murder is murder.
And we should all be upset that this president fosters this environment on both sides. We should all be upset about that.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Because he, in my opinion, he's the biggest one. Yeah. And
he's the worst one.
Hot take, he's the worst one. Yeah. Charlie Kirk, I mean, he was memorialized and whatnot in the proper way.
Not even really by Trump. He kind of like dismissed it. He's like, "Oh, are you going to go to his funeral?" And he was like, "Oh, have you seen the East Wing?" I mean, he didn't even acknowledge it barely.
But for this one to acknowledge
except to grope his wife after the fact, after he was dead. I mean,
but
like the pervert he is.
But to yikes, he derailed me. No, but for him to take that moral stance and then to take a dismoral stance on this one, I don't agree with.
Well, let's jump into Greenland. I mean, now, I actually have been looking at the war. Obviously, all of our minds go right away. Are we going to war with our European allies? Are we going to war with Denmark? Are we going to war with Hans and Peter? I mean, our buddies from Denmark from last year. They were probably like, "Damn, dude, you didn't tell us Trump was going to go to war with us over Greenland." And I'm kind of joking, but the reason I bring it up is people don't understand that it's not really going to be. There's not, Great Britain is not going to stand up to the United States militarily and start fighting us. What they can do is they can divest from the United States, and China can divest from the United States, and literally bring our economy to worse than any depression we've ever seen, including 1929. And so if all these countries are thinking that if he's acting like a tough guy because we're going to invade Greenland or annex Greenland or take it over militarily, hold on. The point being is if all the world divests all their money from the United States, our economy will tank worse than 1929, and that has a profound bearing on us as Americans. And so, what do you think about what's going on in Greenland, dude?
What do we need Greenland for? What do we want it for?
I could see like in the 1800s, just because as a way to have like a buffer between the rest of the world, and when we were in sailing ships, not when we were in B-2 bombers and stuff like that. And
we did that in the Spain.
Well, we did that with Alaska. Right? I mean, we bought Alaska from Russia in order to put like a barrier because I think the president and the Congress back then could foresee that, hey, we probably need to have a buffer with what was going on. This was a long time ago at the turn of the century in the 1900s and stuff, but they could see that, and I get that back then, and again, not to dismiss that there aren't ships going around, oil tankers and everything going around the world still like that, but it's really just another power grab. And I don't understand it, and it doesn't make any sense. But that's where we're headed. I mean,
that was like the whole Canada thing.
Yeah.
When he first got in, dude.
It's so weird, dude, because he didn't pull any of this shit in the first term. It's all this time now, but it's all coming from that 2025 bullshit, that Heritage Foundation. So they're and so they're doing all this, and they're making. He's probably. I'll be real honest. I don't even know if he knows he's doing all this. I think he's so senile and so has dementia so bad that I don't even know if he really knows that he's doing all this. Because and again, before we came on today, son, I saw that we're actually, we have a bunch of bombers, stealth bombers and B-2 bombers actually doing exercise and training right now with Israeli fighter jets going into Iran right now. So by the time we see this episode tonight, we might be at war with Iran tonight, of all places. And so it's like, what? It's like, it makes no sense when the United States is supposed to be a stabilizing factor in the world, not a destabilizing factor in the world. I've never seen this.
I know.
Yeah.
I have opinions.
Yeah,
but
I've never seen.
Those will get us canceled.
Yeah, I've never seen that in the history of this country. We're celebrating our 250th anniversary this year. I have a hat coming I'm going to wear for the rest of the podcast this year that celebrates our 250th anniversary, and we're doing stuff like this. But it behoves us to be vigilant on this program, online, and wherever we talk to, and engage people to make sure that we understand where we're going as a country, and that we don't have to go there if the people rise up.
No, for sure. And I was talking to one of my good friends about everything, and he's definitely all the way right, and that's fine.
Yeah, of course.
I'll break bread with anybody, you know what I mean? Yeah. But we're good friends, and
that doesn't make them less American. Like they, how they think it makes other people less American.
Absolutely. Yeah. So I don't care where you, but it's obviously it's a conversation, because the second you stop talking is the second that you just accept random nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was talking to him about it, and I was like, "How do you feel about this?" And he says, "Man, everything going on in the world, it's fate no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
It's fate no matter what, and I just got to keep my head down."
Mm-hmm. And
honestly, that was hard for me. I don't know how to take that. You know what I mean? Like, obviously we have a platform where we talk and whatnot, but I don't know how you could stay silent through everything that goes on in the world.
Plus, we have a Congress, we have a legislative branch that should act as a counter to our executive branch. We don't have a mother effing king. We have a president who serves at the will of the American people, including the will of the people that we elect to representative office in the House and Senate. So that's where we're at. Okay. We're getting enough.
Yeah, we're pushing time.
Yeah, we're pushing time. Let's
honestly,
go ahead and wind it up with
always,
this.
always let us know how you feel about
Yes.
everything going on in the world in the comments. Again, it's hard to say because I'm super passionate about it this week, but I'm not always right. Never will claim that I'm right all the time.
No.
So I want to see more perspective out there and understand a little bit more.
Yeah, but you're right on this one. So
Yeah.
I'll let you know that.
I can't even say that.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now.
Right now, you're right on this one.
I can't even feel like
No.
I'm an ounce of wrong right now.
Okay.
But maybe I am.
Well, let's get to our Broncos because they are hosting the Buffalo Bills this weekend. And last week, I don't even want to hear it. AJ went 5-1, and I went 4-2
What happened?
because he picked the
What happened?
he picked the lame ass Bills. Is what happened.
The week we get back to Pick'ems, I win. What happened? Man, that was
He got lucky.
that was easy.
Well, I already know his picks this week, so he's going to lose this week. So
I'm probably
you're going to pick Buffalo. Excuse me, but yeah, let's start with our game. So we play first this weekend. I don't know if I like that. We played the
Yeah.
I what's cool is it won't be cold, and so
Yeah,
that'll be
it'll
cool.
be
But we're the
nice.
first game this weekend. We play Buffalo, obviously here in Denver as the number 1 seed. Who do you got?
I got Broncos all the way.
Yeah.
I don't think Josh Allen has it. I don't think Josh Allen has any targets. So
Yeah.
we've been talking about the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Not have like they played their
Well, that
best
number
game.
11 dude, that Washington. I don't know who the hell he is, but man, he can play.
Yeah, he cooked
He
us up.
he cooked us up, and then he was cooking up the Bills too. I was like, but
The
I never heard of him.
Bills defense doesn't really scare me.
No. If Bo's on, and again, honestly, for us to get to the Super Bowl, Bo needs to be on anyways. But if Bo's on,
Oh no.
well,
and
honestly, it'll be.
and our defense is about to eat Josh Allen.
We'll win by double digit. Seriously,
It's about to look like Herbert
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
Sunday night.
Unless we're eating crow, we will beat them by double digits. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, what about on the NFC side? We got the 49ers at the Seahawks.
I got 49ers.
Oh my God.
You don't? You have
That's
the
where you're going to
Seahawks?
lose, buddy.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm taking Seattle on that one.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So that's good. Tell me a little bit why you like the 49ers. They're hurt. Kittle just tore his Achilles.
Yeah, but they dismantled the Eagles, the Super Bowl champs.
No, they did.
And I don't think the Seahawks got it.
Yeah.
I think they got lucky.
Jennings.
I think
Jennings was all over the place, man.
I think week 18,
Yeah.
when this is the rematch from week 18, I think they were saving it for now. You know what I mean? They were going to see him again.
Remember a few weeks ago, son, I was all San Francisco, and now I pick against them every week. But yeah,
They're going to the Super Bowl. Yeah.
yeah, I'm taking Seattle this week. The other game on the AFC side, this is where we're going to lose to. Houston at New England. Who do you got?
I'm taking Houston.
That's a bad take, buddy.
I'm taking Houston because
they
although the
beat
Chargers,
up Pittsburgh.
no, the Chargers defense is pretty good,
Yeah.
but they couldn't do anything at home. The Patriots, on top of
A lot of field goals. It's like that. It was like the game that we played against the Chargers last week. It was like that 3 field. It was 9-3 for most of the game, and then they got that touchdown. You're right. It wasn't no
shootout.
great offensive performance, but yeah, they.
And we just watched.
No.
Speaking, it wasn't a shootout for their offense,
Yeah.
and then we just watched last night Houston.
But it was, dude. It was 7-6 though, till like 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and then they scored 30 points or whatever.
Yeah, I think
They got to 30. They got
Yeah.
to 30.
Yeah, so,
I'm just watching Aaron Rodgers. I'm like, yeah, you punk.
You think he retires this year?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's done.
Yeah, I think he's done. I'm glad he never came here. I was all happy. I was like, we got Aaron Rodgers. We're gonna. No, thank you.
Because we got Hackett,
Yeah.
and we were like, we're
Yeah.
gonna get Aaron Rodgers.
I'm sorry for that. I'm sorry for Russ. We got Bo Nix, so God bless Bo Nix.
thanks for the shout.
Okay, and then the last game, Rams at Bears. Who do you got?
I'm taking the Rams.
Oh my God.
Are you taking the Bears?
No, I'm taking the Rams.
Okay. I was like, what? Although I do, if I'm wrong on that one, I might be excited. That game was so exciting against the Packers.
Yeah.
Super exciting.
I mean, they looked like shit for 3 quarters, and then they looked like they could beat anybody for a quarter.
Yeah,
So we'll see how they played. Obviously,
yeah, I want them to win.
but here's one for you. I don't know if you saw this stat. Obviously, the Rams are a West Coast team, but they play in a dome. But nonetheless, McVay is 1-8 if the game is under 30 degrees, and it's going to be 16 degrees in Chicago. Does that change your mind?
It does. Give me the Bears. I'm switching.
You can't.
I'm switching.
You can't switch like that.
I got Broncos, 49ers, Texans, Bears.
He
That's
went.
what I got.
He went
I'm
5-1 this week. He's going to go 1-3 this week. I'll take the Rams, but
I don't know, man. That they got the Pope on their side.
Yeah.
I keep saying they got the Pope on their side.
Yeah.
So I think they're gonna go all the way.
They got the Pope on their side. So do we.
We'll see with the Super Bowl, and then
So do we.
We'll take care of business.
Yeah,
dude. Because all we really need is Houston doesn't scare me.
You know what? All we really need is for Riley Moss not to get a pass interference call. That's all we really need.
Riley Moss, this is your time.
Riley Moss, don't do it, buddy. Oh God, if
will
you single-handedly cost us a game like Raheem Moore, buddy,
I'm gonna lose it. I'm gonna lose it so bad. I can't even grip reality of Riley Moss. One pass interference call, Riley Moss. You're done, buddy.
One defensive holding call, you're done, buddy.
Oh my gosh. But honestly, who do the Bills have at receiver?
Tupac Shakur. Khalil Shakur.
Really?
Yeah, he's okay. He's nothing. But Sertan should be able to lock him down. I don't know. He's so not good that I don't think even Sertan will be on him all the time. I think whoever's lined up against him, including Riley Moss. So thumbs down for Riley Moss if you mess up. Thumbs up.
Yeah.
Thumbs down. Hey, I forgot to give a bad shout out to Corn Dog Boy. Thumbs down, Corn Dog Boy.
What's up, Corn Dog Boy? I don't know if you're still watching. You ignored my comment, and it makes me mad.
Yes.
Why couldn't we have fun?
You didn't ignore mine. You made fun of me more and didn't interact with me after that.
Which, speaking of which, let's tell the lore of Corn Dog Boy real fast. This guy, I mentioned it as we were leaving last episode, and we're gonna tell the whole story. My dad posted something on Facebook, and Corn Dog Boy decided to comment back, and we call him Corn Dog Boy because this man loves corn dogs. Like, it's not even like I'm not even trying to be funny.
He has an Amazon song about corn dogs.
Yeah,
at a buffet.
He posts memes with corn dogs in it, and he made music with corn dogs. He just really I can't even I'm not making that up. He just really likes corn dogs.
Yeah.
So now his name's Corn Dog Boy, and
Corn Dog Boy, interact with us. Yeah. We need adversaries on this podcast.
Yeah.
Besides Trump.
You don't want smoke, Corn Dog Boy, or Riley Moss.
Yes.
You don't want all this smoke.
Yes, none of it.
You've already lost.
So, well, that's about all the time we have for this week, City Boy, because we're trying to stay closer to 30 minutes as opposed to an hour. But that was a good discussion. I liked everything that you had to say about what's happening in Minneapolis, and I think you're spot on. And again, I think that you are not taking any type of political position. I think you're taking a position as an American who cares about his country, and for that I applaud you. I think you did very well, and you were very well spoken today. I appreciate it. There's still hope left for your generation, son, with people like you that are still engaged and looking at things. And so, again, to all our friends, especially a lot of our conservative friends, don't take it as a slight against you or against your politics or your beliefs. Take it as a slight against what is wrong, right and wrong. And I know most of you know what's right and wrong because I've talked to you. I know most of you guys know what's good and what's bad for this country because I've talked to you. So don't think that I haven't listened to you over the years. And just know, and that goes for my Democratic friends too, don't think I don't know how much you love your country as well. We all do. Let's start uniting instead of dividing. And I think that's where we'll get to where we need to get to. And that's where we'll be the resistance to a regime and a presidency that unfortunately has become tyrannical. And I think that we all need to be vigilant. I think we all need to stick together because this country is bigger than one person. This country is bigger than one party. This country is bigger than all of us individually, but none of us together. So with that, I'll give my son a little bit for final words and then we're out.
I pretty much said everything I had to say today. I think you're right. Dead right. I think unity. I mentioned it earlier. Right-wing ideology and left-wing ideology. That all needs to. We should stop paying so much attention to that and start just saying things how they really are. You know, whether it's I'm grown enough to say that sometimes, and it's hard to say that in weeks like this, but sometimes President Trump is right, and sometimes President Trump does the right thing, but sometimes he doesn't too. And I'm grown enough to at least acknowledge that and not really take a side. And we always talk about if we're wrong, we're wrong. If we're right, we're right.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think most people feel that way. However, putting blind faith into a person, you're not. You for those that in my opinion, are the MAGA cult. MAGA cultists.
Yeah.
You're following a person and not a nation.
Yeah.
And at some point, when are you going to wake up and realize that?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
he's the president.
Yeah.
However,
Yeah.
the president lasts for every 4 years.
Yeah.
It goes away eventually.
Yeah.
So at what point are you going to realize that you're following a person and not your nation?
Yeah.
And I think that's huge.
Yeah. Can you imagine the world we would live in if we all thought like that and all worked together like that? What we could build.
Oh yeah, I mean, you got to
We
know.
already live in the greatest country that's ever existed. Imagine what we could do if we actually came together.
And I really hope that we start heading in that direction.
Absolutely.
Following your nation. And, you know, I said it earlier, I shouldn't live in fear because my skin's brown. I shouldn't live in fear for anything.
Yeah.
I should live in trusting my neighbor and loving my neighbor.
Not in this country. We should not live in fear of
Like
anything.
what I believe in.
Yep.
Breaking bread with a stranger.
Yep.
That's what I believe in.
Yep.
And unfortunately, with weeks like we had last week, it gets really hard to feel that way.
Yeah.
It gets really hard to
Yeah.
to not to think I gotta obey
Yeah.
a mall cop security guard
Yeah.
that's unmasked.
Yeah. But that's how we let them win.
That is masked, and
Yep.
I have to obey that, or it's my life.
Yep. As long as you keep questioning it,
Mhm.
and as long as you keep doing that, you don't ever have to
So
bow down to something like that. So
yeah,
yeah. With that being said, some good discussion, good episode. But we're gonna sign off here for the Casso Podcast, episode 17. Thank you guys for watching us. Catch us on YouTube. Catch us on Facebook. On Facebook, we are literally getting tens of thousands of views a week on all of our promos and all of our things like that. On YouTube, we've actually hit 13.5, which is obviously that's not going to break the world or anything like that, but it's actually getting us going where we want to get going.
I always say keep sharing us with
Yep.
your friends, even if you disagree with us, if you hate us,
Yep.
if you think that we say spew nonsense,
Yeah.
just somebody make fun of us,
Yeah.
clown us for it,
Yeah.
and have them
Yeah.
clown us too.
Yeah.
Create the
Yeah.
discussion, because the second we stop talking about it is the second
It
we
does.
just all submit to it.
Yep.
And
So-
I'll never submit to
No.
powers that are out of my control
No.
like that.
I'll never submit to anything,
Mhm.
Republican,
Oh, no.
Democrat, anything.
Yeah, never,
Yeah.
never.
I'm too American for that.
Yeah, I'll never submit to anybody. Anybody, I don't care
Yeah.
who it is,
Yeah.
getting mistreated.
Yeah.
I'll always stand up for that.
Yep.
So
So
share us with a friend. Share us if you disagree. If you agree, cool. If you don't,
Yep.
cool. That's all I got.
Yep.
Honestly, I feel kind of embarrassed this episode because my energy is not where it should be.
no, we're not.
But
We're not joking around a
yeah,
lot and
I'm
stuff
very,
like that.
very.
But something serious again.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, she's not the first woman to be killed, but
Yeah.
she is the first woman to be shot in the face in this country by a paramilitary force.
Mhm.
And that is different than anything that I've seen ever in 250 years. So, with that being said, we'll sign off for this week. We'll have a lot more next week. Catch us on Facebook, catch us on YouTube. And with that being said, this is the Castle Podcast. For my son Aristotle, I'm Edward, and we'll see you guys next time.